Ready? All right, we're looking at this poster that hangs in most chiropractic offices. We see that the white here is the spinal cord. Here's the pons. Here's your spinal nerves coming out. We see that yellow is the sympathetic nervous system here. This is the superior cervical ganglia. This is the middle cervical ganglia. This is the stellate ganglia. The stellate ganglia is actually formed where the inferior cervical ganglia meets up with the T1 ganglia. These are your thoracic sympathetic ganglia, down into your lumbar sympathetic ganglia, into your sacral sympathetic ganglia, and the very last sympathetic ganglia on the sympathetic chain is called the ganglion impar. From T5 to T9, you're going to give off greater splanchnic nerves. T10 and 11 are going to give you lesser splanchnic nerve, and T12 is going to give you the least splanchnic nerve. These are going to go to the celiac ganglia, the superior mesenteric ganglia, and the inferior mesenteric ganglia, which are commonly referred to as the prevertebral ganglia because they sit in front of the vertebral bodies. There will also be aorticorenal ganglia out here as well. So we look at the sympathetics. As soon as we get up to the superior cervical ganglia, every sympathetic fiber in the head is postganglionic. It has already synapsed here. We see the hookup of the sympathetic chain to the mixed spinal nerve. These are going to be gray and white rami communicans, but you can't really tell which is gray and which is white on this particular poster. So that's it for the sympathetics. We look at the parasympathetics, which is all this green in here. Yellow is sympathetic, green is parasympathetic on this model. This is cranial nerve 3 exiting above the pons, ocular motor nerve going to the ciliary ganglia where it synapses to go to the eye. This is cranial nerve 7 giving you the greater petrosal nerve, facial nerve, greater petrosal nerve to the pterygopalatine ganglia where it synapses to go to the lacrimal gland and the nasal mucosa. This is the facial nerve giving off the chordae tympani nerve, which goes to the submandibular ganglia, which goes to the submandibular and sublingual glands. This is cranial nerve 9, glossopharyngeal. 9 goes out to the otic ganglia, which innervates the parotid gland and the mucosa of the membranes of the mouth. Then we've got cranial nerve 10, vagus, which exits out the jugular foramen, gives off all sorts of branches to go to the cardiac plexus, the respiratory plexus, gives you the gastric plexuses here via the esophageal plexus. Vagus comes down, innervating all of these glands all the way up to and including the transverse colon. Vagus will come out and will go to intramural ganglia, which are located on the wall of the organ being innervated. The last portion of the parasympathetics comes from S2 to S4. S2, 3, and 4 go to make the pelvic splanchnic nerve. Pelvic splanchnic nerve comes out to intramural ganglia located on the walls of the distal GI organs, the reproductive organs, and the urinary organs. So these would be intramural ganglia that they're showing the synapse occurring at here for the distal GI tract, the urinary organs, and the reproductive organs. That's it.